Hi, everyone. This is Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hope you are having a great week and that you had a good weekend as well. We're here to discuss the energy for the week from November 4th to November 10th. Now, there's a lot going on this week. Most of the energy for the week happened yesterday. We had Mars in Cancer opposite Pluto and Capricorn. We had Venus in Sagittarius opposite Jupiter and Gemini, and Mars entered Leo. So the big dynamic for the week is going to be that Mars opposite Pluto. You can see it just in the world right now. We have that power struggle that's going on where people's egos are kind of clashing a little bit. The things that they want to have happen and the stories that they want to have wrap up aren't quite ready to go without a fight. And so remember that this week, that things may not be cut and dry. And here in the United States, we do have an election coming up tomorrow. So that is going to kind of cloud the election. So keep in mind that things might not be decided right away. So just kind of prepare yourself for the eventuality that things might not quite go the way that you would like them to, and things might not be decided quickly. I know I'm seeing that in my own life right now in terms of you think that you're making progress and then things kind of backslide a little bit. And so you got to have some patience and be prepared for things to kind of come back around. So keep that in mind for yourself. We're going to go through the cards for the week. Pay attention to your sun and your rising sign, as both of them can give you valuable information. And again, this is for the week from November 4th to the 10th. So let's start off with Aries like we normally do. So Aries, yours says go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring. So this isn't something that is exactly outside of your wheelhouse. You tend to be somebody who is willing to take risks and to initiate things. This is the time for you to initiate something. So an adventure would be a great thing for you to do, but it could be a little bit different than what you might think of as an adventure. It could just be trying something new that you haven't tried before, doing something that might be a little dangerous or daring that you hadn't contemplated. Take a risk. That's what it is this week. Take a risk and do something that is outside of your comfort zone. You never know where that risk might take you. Taurus, you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. Taurus, you can be known sometimes for kind of holding yourself back a little bit. You like things to go by the rules of what they normally are. This isn't that time. This is a time for you to put yourself out there, to be known, to do something that's a little bit different than what you might normally do. By doing that, yes, you're going to feel uncomfortable inside as you're doing it, but it's going to force you to grow. And ultimately, that's what life is all about. It's about us being forced to grow and to go outside of our comfort zone, no matter how much we want to stay in our little shell. So, Taurus, do something that's a little bit different this week and get your name out there or get yourself out there so that you can be seen, so that the universe can give you or present to you whatever it is that it's trying to present to you. It can't give it to you if it can't find you. Gemini, yours is set boundaries, and it says claim your power and know your value today. So set some boundaries for yourself, Gemini. Might not always be the easiest thing to do. None of us are really good at setting boundaries, are we? There are select few people who are great at setting boundaries, but they're great for setting boundaries for themselves, not necessarily when it comes to other people. So what you need to do is you need to know your worth, set your own boundary. So what can that mean? It can mean speaking up when you wouldn't normally. It can mean having to reinforce something that you've already said to somebody else, that you are no longer doing that anymore and you are now doing things this way, and that needs to be respected for what it is. So set your boundaries, know your value, know your worth, know your power, claim your power. All of those are really big things for you this week. So pay attention to it, claim your power, know your value. And and most importantly is you have to speak that aloud. So speak it aloud so that other people can hear it. You may have to do it multiple times. Gemini is a dual sign, so you normally have to do things in twos. So pay attention. You may have to do it 2 times, you may have to do it 4 times, you may have to do it more than that, but it will get you in the habit so that you reinforce that boundary and the universe recognizes that you have set that boundary and it is recognizing that's your boundary. Cancer, yours is you know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. So, Cancer, there may be some intuitive feeling or something that is coming up for you right now. You need to follow that intuitive feeling. Whatever it is, you have the answer already within inside of you. You may just be afraid to speak it, or there may be something out there that's testing you. So, know what that feeling is and trust it. See what direction it's going to take you. You don't know unless you try. So, try this week. Trust that intuitive hunch. Let your intuition guide you. It won't steer you wrong. Leo, yours is speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Oftentimes, we are our own worst critic. And this sounds like it might be what is going on for you right now, Leo. So, awareness is the key to anything to start off with. So, become aware this week. How is it that you dialogue with yourself? What is your internal messaging? You need to make an adjustment to it if it's something that's negative. Be kind to yourself. If you are not kind to yourself, then nobody else is going to. So be kind to yourself this week. Give yourself the freedom to do something nice for yourself so that you can kind of start to set that motion. Now, things don't necessarily switch overnight. It's going to have to be a process of something that you go through. Mirror work is a great example of something that you can do so that you can learn to be kind to yourself. Telling yourself that you love yourself is often the first step in this process, but it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that it can take a little bit of time, and all of a sudden that switch will just flip and you'll go, I do love myself. So allow that piece to come out. Be kind to yourself as you go through this process. It's one of the most important processes that you will ever do, and it is desperately needed in today's world. So, Leo, be kind to yourself this week. Virgo, yours is find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. There's a safe spot that's out there. You may not have found it yet, or you may have. Either way, be drawn to that spot. That spot is a place where you can go, you can recharge your energy. The energy right now is just nuts. So, this is a really important thing for you to do. Find that space that will recharge your batteries. And then actually take the time to recharge your batteries. It can be one of the most important things that you will do for right now. Let go of any energy that no longer serves you and just kind of be in that space that has magic and wonder waiting for you. It could be something that's right out your front door that you don't even know about. It's not necessarily a place where you have to go and you have to travel to. It's some place that's really close by. It could just be going outside at night and staring up at the stars and what wonder that holds for you. So find that place, find that haven, and then connect. All right, Libra, yours is get lost. And it says fall deep into the realm of imagination. This is a time for you to think big, imagine big. Don't just let the world dictate to you what is going to happen. There's so many things that are happening out there that we can't even begin to process what they might mean. So don't let reality hold you back. Use your imagination. What do your dreams have to tell you? Dreams right now are really big. There can be something that's out there that you never could have imagined. But if you don't give yourself the opportunity to think about it and to think outside of what the world seems to hold for you right now, then you could be holding yourself back. So don't hold yourself back. Use your imagination and just allow yourself to drift and dream and see what comes to the surface. So that's your message for right now, Libra. Get lost. Scorpio, disappointment is not the end. There is hope even in the darkest of nights. Scorpio, darkness is something that you're all too familiar with. It's something that you are here on this earth to experience. But remember, disappointment doesn't necessarily mean that everything is all over. There are different things that can happen than you might expect. I'm a Scorpio sun, and I know this definitely rings true for me right now. There have been some things that haven't necessarily gone the way that I would have hoped, but if you give yourself the opportunity to just sit and to think about it and ponder, all of a sudden you might get this intuitive nudge that goes, take it in this way. And you're like, why? But you don't necessarily know the why yet, but you need to have some optimism, be hopeful. Just because it's hard doesn't necessarily mean that this is it, that it's all over. So allow that disappointment, sit with that disappointment and allow it to speak to you and see what it has to tell you. And then take action steps that line up with that. You might be pleasantly surprised what's on the other side of that disappointment. So, Scorpio, disappointment is not the end. All right, Sagittarius, you are wanted. There is a home waiting within. You may be second guessing yourself, Sagittarius, which isn't necessarily something that you're familiar with. You tend to know that you're right, and you tend to know the direction that things are going to go in. But this is one of those times where you might be questioning yourself. And if you are questioning yourself, then the people that you're surrounding yourself with might not be the right people, either for that dialogue or they might not be the right people for the situation of what's going on right now. So remember, Sagittarius, there is a place that's out there for you. There is a place where you're wanted. There is a place that has something special waiting for you. So, Sagittarius, remember that you are wanted. Capricorn, do what you need to do. It may be difficult, but now is the time. Pluto has been transforming your sign since 2008. It's coming to the end of its journey over the next month and a half. There is been so much that you have gone through, and this is the end of the chapter for you in regards to this particular storyline. Remember, the difficulty isn't necessary, it's not meant to be easy, but it's meant to be something that we go through. It's meant to be something that we experience. When we have difficult times, that is how we often grow. And growth is it's one of the reasons that we are here in this world is to grow and to experience difficult times. So stop putting off whatever it is that you've been putting off. Seize the opportunity. Now is the time for you to do that. You have until November 19th to close out this chapter if you haven't already done so. So seize the difficult times and just start going through the process. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do it in whatever way works best for you, but the time to start is now. Aquarius, yours is pull yourself close. Every part of your being is deserving of love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be wanted. You deserve to be recognized for the unique you that you are. There is nothing wrong with being different. And cherish yourself. Cherish who you are. Cherish the person that you are meant to be. People, the way that they think about you might have less to do with you and more about them. So allow the unique you to shine, and every part of that person that you are is deserving of love. All of us are deserving of love, no matter who we are or what we look like. But it can be a challenging thing to accept. So accept that you deserve to be loved. And that is your challenge for the week. And Pisces, yours is breathe in, and it says practice breath work today. Breath work is something that you're probably familiar with. So just remember to breathe in, breathe out, and take that time to breathe. When we give ourselves the time to breathe and we give ourselves the space to think differently, Miracles can happen. You have to allow yourself that space. So remember, breathe in and to breathe out and have that be your practice for this week. So again, I am Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you would like to reach me, you can find me at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the different places. Feel free to reach out to me. You can comment below on this video. I would love to start a dialogue with you. DM me if that works best for you. We are going through challenging times, and the challenging times aren't going to be ending really quickly. So kind of sit with it. Find a practice that works for you. If any of these practices that I mentioned work for you, great. If they don't, you know where to find me. We can always start a dialogue. So again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and take it easy on yourself this week. And I hope to speak to you soon. Have a good one.